The weather's getting cooler, but the Texas high school football season is heating up. These are the picks. Welcome into the Picks, your guide to Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Can you believe it? It's week 6 of the Texas high school football season, which means this is the midway point of the regular season. District play is well underway for a lot of districts across the state, and there are big non-district matchups as well. All across the Lone Star State, there's big action, but we're starting in Nacogdoches. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Nacogdoches is Dragon Stadium. It's a fantastic neutral site clash between unbeaten Kennedale and unbeaten West Orange Stark. What are the keys to this 4A matchup? Well, key number 1, Kennedale in standard downs. So there are 2 types of downs. There's a standard down, which is something like 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2. And then there's a passing down, something when you're behind the chains, like 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 7, when you're more likely to throw the ball. For Kennedale and their wing T offense, it is imperative to stay ahead of the chains, and they're very good at it. They average something like 8.5 yards per carry with Jaden Knowles and Deshaun Curvin. This offense is humming, but this is going to be the best defense they have faced against West Orange Stark. Who wins in that matchup? Can Kennedale stay ahead of the chains, or can West Orange Stark force them into passing downs? Key number 2, West Orange Stark's new faces. So this is unlike last year's West Orange Stark team. A lot of turnover, a lot of new faces for this Mustangs team, unlike the team that we saw that won their 2nd straight state championship last year. They got a new quarterback in Shaka Watson. He's been very solid, and their new running back is Caven Cooper, and he has been excellent as well. This is going to be their biggest test to date. How do the new faces for West Orange Stark react? And key number 3, scheme familiarity. Kennedale runs the wing T, and they run it really, really well. We mentioned that they've got 8.5 yards per carry on the ground. They've only had to throw the ball 19 times this season, and they catch a lot of teams kind of flat-footed because they don't face the wing T a lot. West Orange Stark, though, they reside in a part of the state that they see this style of offense, wing T, slot T, veer. They see it fairly frequently. This is not going to be a surprise to them. For West Orange Stark, is that an advantage, the fact that they're pretty familiar with Kennedale's scheme? Who am I picking? I'm going with West Orange Stark. There's a couple of reasons behind this. First, it's worth saying that I think this is a very close game, pretty much a coin flip. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Kennedale won this game. But the chain gang defense for West Orange Stark looks like it is hitting its stride, and the new pieces for them have really fit in well. Beyond that, you don't pick against a streak, and West Orange Stark has the state's longest winning streak at 30 games. I think that propels them to a win. Give me the Mustangs. Meanwhile, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Temple's Wildcat Stadium. It's a big-time district clash between unbeaten A&M Consolidated and the Temple Wildcats. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number 1, health. We're 5 weeks into the season. Everybody's going to be a little bit nicked up, but there are big questions for A&M Consolidated. Their outstanding quarterback, Caden Fedora, left the last game with an ankle injury. Quarterback Gage Paul came in and performed admirably, but make no mistake, Consolidated is better when they have Fedora on the field. Plain and simple, we don't know if he's going to play in this game. Does he play, and how big of an impact does he have? Key number 2, Temple's running game. So I like stats. I'm a stats guy. How about this one? In their 3 wins, Temple has averaged 8.5 yards per carry. And in their 2 losses, they've averaged 4.6 yards per carry. That's a pretty stark difference between winning and losing. You can draw a straight line between cause and effect right there. They have to get their running game going with running back Dejon Overton and Zion Leach. Can they get it going, or will Consolidated's defense stand up to the challenge? And key number 3, Consolidated's big test. So new coach Lee Fedora is off to a very hot start with the Tigers. They are 5-0, but to be real honest, they probably should be. I think that they have been better than every team that they have played. Temple does have 2 losses, but they're to good 6A teams like Hewitt Midway and Round Rock Cedar Ridge. I think Temple is definitely the more tested team. This will be Consolidated's toughest game to date. Can they pass their big test? Who am I picking? I'm going with Temple for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think that they have been a little bit more battle-tested, and I think that will suit them well. Beyond that, I do have questions as to whether or not Caden Fedora is going to play. If he plays, that may change everything. He is a really dynamic playmaker. Beyond that, this game is at home for Temple, and Wildcat Stadium has been notoriously unfriendly to visitors. This is a close game. I think this may decide the district championship. For now, I like the Wildcats. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Wimberly's Texans Stadium. It's a battle of unbeatens between the Boerne Greyhounds and the Wimberly Texans. Great strength-on-strength matchup here. You got a great defense for Boerne, led by linebacker Andrew Weaver, going up against an outstanding offense from Wimberly, led by their quarterback Jordan Weeks. Who wins out in this strength-on-strength matchup? I think when in doubt, you go with the home team. I'm going with Wimberly. Let's go down to Corpus Christi, 7 p.m. Thursday night at Corpus Christi ISD Multipurpose Stadium as Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial takes on Corpus Christi Flower Bluff. And a battle of unbeatens here, one of which we kind of couldn't see coming, Flower Bluff. Veterans Memorial, though, they're a fantastic story. A young program off to a very hot start behind running back Frank Jones. Can they get past Flower Bluff? I think I'll lean a little bit more towards the pedigree and the defense. I'm going with the Hornets. And another battle of unbeatens, this one in the Permian Basin, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Grande Communication Stadium in Midland. As Midland Lee welcomes in Amarillo Tascosa, high-powered offense is the coin of the realm here. Quarterback Tanner McInall has been fantastic for Tascosa, and that Midland Lee running game is grinding. I think this game gets in the 40s, maybe the 50s. It's a high-scoring shootout. I'm going with the Rebels. But those are far from the only big games in Week 6 of the Texas high school football season. Let's get to the lightning round. I like 3 teams to stay unbeaten. Give me Angleton over Victoria East. I'm going with Arlington over Mansfield. And Canadian beats Vernon. I'm going with Collinsville to beat Celeste. Let's go with Conroe Oak Ridge to edge Montgomery. And Crystal City beats Cotulla. I'm not hopping off the De Leon bandwagon. I think they beat Heiko. Give me Edinburgh Vela to beat rival Edinburgh, and El Campo beats Needville. The best game in a great week of El Paso action, I like Del Valle to beat Parkland. Give me South Lake Carroll over Euless Trinity. In a battle of East Texas unbeatens, I like Carthage over Henderson. I think Sonora keeps it going with a win over Ira Ann. Give me Katy Cinco Ranch over Richmond Foster, and the Woodlands beats Lufkin. I like Magnolia to beat Tomball. Give me Malakoff to beat Grosbeck. And Mercedes beats Brownsville Veterans Memorial. I like Ozona over Rock Springs. Madisonville stays hot with a win over Rusk. And San Antonio Reagan beats San Antonio Churchill. Real tough one to call, but I like Shallowater over Lubbock Estacado. Wall takes down Iowa Park. And San Benito stays hot with a win over Weslaco East. A great rivalry renewed. I think Wichita Falls Rider beats Old High. And in our 6-man game of the week, I like Richland Springs to beat Sterling City. And those are the picks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I leave out? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbells. And of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Week 6 of the Texas high school football season. We'll see ya.